For over a decade, the Roloff family has captivated audiences with their lives on the TLC reality series Little People, Big World. At the heart of the show is the family's 125-acre farm in Hillsboro, Oregon, which has served as both a home and a business for generations. The farm was originally purchased by Matt Roloff in the early 1980s, becoming not only a personal residence, but also a symbol of his determination and success. Over the years, it evolved into a thriving enterprise, hosting events, pumpkin patches, and even wedding rentals. However, behind the picturesque setting, tensions have simmered, particularly between Matt and his son Zach Roloff. What began as a seemingly typical family disagreement gradually escalated into a highly publicized feud, culminating in legal battles and emotional confrontations. The dispute primarily revolved around control and ownership of the family farm, with both Matt and Zach asserting their claims to its future. While Matt had built the property from the ground up, Zach had contributed significantly to its operations, leading to conflicting perspectives on who should ultimately be in charge. As negotiations broke down, the once private matter became a source of contention that played out in courtrooms and on social media. The situation took an even more dramatic turn when Zach decided to sell his share of the land, effectively severing ties with the property that had been central to the family's identity for decades. This decision marked a turning point, raising questions about the future of the Roloff legacy and the relationships within the family. With emotions running high and past grievances resurfacing, the farm drama has become one of the most talked about aspects of Little People, Big World, leaving fans eager to understand the full story. The conflict between Matt and Zach Roloff did not emerge overnight. Rather, it was the result of years of growing frustrations and clashing visions for the family farm. As the founder of the business, Matt had always maintained strict control over its operations, making key decisions without much input from his children. Zach, who had worked extensively on the farm since his teenage years, increasingly felt sidelined despite his contributions. He believed he deserved more authority, especially as he took on greater responsibilities in managing day-to-day activities. However, Matt remained resistant to relinquishing control, leading to mounting resentment from Zach. Tensions escalated further when discussions arose about the future of the farm and how ownership would be divided among the Roloff siblings. Zach, along with his brothers Jeremy and Jacob, had expected a fair distribution of shares, but disagreements emerged over how each sibling's involvement translated to ownership stakes. Matt and his ex-wife Amy, who co-owned the property, were hesitant to transfer full control, believing that those who actively worked on the farm should hold greater influence. This stance frustrated Zach, who felt his years of labor warranted a larger portion of ownership. Meanwhile, other siblings, including Molly and Josiah, had different aspirations and were less invested in the farm's long-term operation, adding another layer of complexity to the dispute. As communication between father and son deteriorated, misunderstandings and misinterpretations fueled the feud. Zach accused Matt of favoritism and failing to acknowledge his efforts, while Matt viewed Zach's push for autonomy as ungratefulness for the opportunities provided. These unresolved issues eventually reached a breaking point, prompting Zach to take drastic action that would alter the family dynamic forever. As tensions between Matt and Zach Roloff continued to intensify, what had begun as private disagreements soon spilled into the public eye through legal proceedings and contentious statements. In 2017, Zach filed a lawsuit against his father, seeking clarity on his financial stake in the family farm. The legal battle centered on Zach's belief that he was owed compensation for years of labor and contributions to the business. According to court documents obtained at the time, Zach claimed he had worked on the farm for over a decade without receiving a formal salary or clear equity in the business. His lawsuit alleged breach of contract and sought damages for unpaid wages, arguing that his work had significantly increased the farm's profitability. Matt, however, vehemently denied these claims, countering that Zach had voluntarily chosen to work on the farm without expecting formal compensation. He emphasized that the business had faced financial struggles in the past and that any profits were reinvested rather than distributed. Additionally, Matt pointed to previous agreements in which Zach had signed away certain rights to the property, complicating his claims. The legal dispute quickly became a flashpoint for deeper familial grievances, with both sides airing their frustrations publicly. Zach expressed his disappointment on social media, sharing cryptic messages about feeling undervalued and manipulated, while Matt responded with frustration, criticizing Zach's actions as selfish and ungrateful. The courtroom battle further strained the already fragile relationship between father and son. During this period, Amy Roloff attempted to mediate, acknowledging that miscommunication had played a role in the escalating conflict. However, despite multiple attempts at reconciliation, the feud showed little sign of resolution. The legal proceedings dragged on for months, drawing increasing attention from fans of Little People, Big World, and fueling speculation about the future of the Roloff family dynamics. Ultimately, the dispute would reach a dramatic turning point when Zach made a decision that would permanently alter his connection to the family in a move that shocked fans of Little People, Big World. Zach Roloff announced in 2019 that he had sold his share of the Roloff family farm, officially severing his ties to the property that had been central to the family's identity for decades. The decision came after years of escalating tension with his father, Matt Roloff, and marked the culmination of a bitter feud over control, ownership, and recognition. Zach had spent over a decade working on the farm, contributing to its growth and success, yet he felt increasingly marginalized in major decisions regarding its future. Despite attempts at mediation and reconciliation, the rift between father and son proved irreparable, prompting Zach to walk away entirely. Zach later explained his decision in interviews and social media posts, emphasizing that selling his share was necessary for his own well-being. He described feeling emotionally drained by the ongoing disputes and expressed a desire to move forward with his life free from the weight of the family drama. By stepping back from the farm, he could focus on new ventures outside of the business that had once defined so much of his identity. For Zach, the sale represented not just a financial transaction, but a symbolic break from a chapter filled with frustration and disappointment. The impact of his departure extended beyond Zach himself, deeply affecting the Roloff family dynamic. Matt, who had always envisioned passing the farm down through the generations, was left grappling with the reality that one of his sons no longer had a stake in the legacy he had built. Meanwhile, other siblings found themselves caught in the crossfire, navigating shifting roles and responsibilities on the property. The sale also raised questions about the future of the farm itself without Zach's involvement. The family had to reassess how operations would continue and who would ultimately assume leadership. With Zach Roloff's departure from the family farm, the Roloff family faces an uncertain future, both personally and professionally. The farm, once a shared endeavor that brought the family together under the spotlight of Little People, Big World, now stands as a reminder of fractured relationships and unresolved tensions. Without Zach's presence, the remaining family members must navigate the evolving dynamics of their roles on the property. Matt Roloff, who has always been the central figure in the business, now shoulders the responsibility of maintaining the farm's operations while also addressing the lingering effects of the feud. Though he has expressed disappointment over Zach's decision to sell his share, Matt remains committed to preserving the legacy he built, though the absence of one of his sons undoubtedly alters the course of that legacy. Meanwhile, Zach has embarked on a new path, distancing himself from the family business and focusing on his own future. Since selling his share, he has pursued independent ventures, including launching a successful YouTube channel where he shares insights into his life beyond the farm. His decision to step away has allowed him to regain a sense of autonomy, but it has also highlighted the complexities of family expectations and the emotional toll of prolonged conflict. Whether or not reconciliation is possible remains unclear, as both Matt and Zach have taken firm stances on their respective perspectives. However, the situation serves as a poignant reminder of how personal ambitions and generational differences can shape family legacies, for better or worse.